Sports to the bone, people. Greetings, greetings, greetings once again. We are here for another live show. Yes, my viewers and subscribers, big up on yourself, big up on yourself. Welcome back to another live. Thank you all for coming in and coming to have a little chat with us. Quite a few things to talk about in this one. It's been a couple of days since we have been, since we did the last live. So we are going to be spending some time here to talk a little bit. Mostly going to focus on that first test match there between West Indies and Australia. Things didn't go how we would have liked, but we can probably say that it went how we expected, or how most people would have expected. But we keep moving forward. We keep moving forward, my viewers and subscribers. So we're going to talk about some of the main things coming out of that game, a few things that we did well, and the many things that we need to shake up as we go into the second test. So just as you tune in, just go ahead. The comment section is there. Drop your thoughts in the comment section and let us know what you're up to. All right. Blessings, Damian. Blessings. Yes, I'm ashamed and don't start by calling that batting. That was stick licking. Well, they were batting, but they batted to their ability. You understand? Matching up to, in comparison to other batsmen, you can probably, or other teams, you can probably say, I call it batting, but All right, so now the bowling was wonderful, and we need a keeper straight. I won't even go as far to say we need a keeper, because Joshua De Silva, that catch that he dropped, I went hard at him, yes, and I went hard at him to for putting down that catch that should have been taken easily. And even before the game, I was saying, please do not drop any catches off Azar's bowling. And that was the first thing that happened. But apart from that, I wouldn't call for a keeper because he put down that one catch. That Silva, he's usually okay behind the stumps, He's usually okay behind the stumps. What I would want is if we see a keeper in the 4-day regional championship that is scoring runs and keeping well. That is how they're probably going to dislodge him. But you're not going to dislodge him by just that one catch that he put down. You understand? I will hold my, I was calling him out for the jab catch, but I try to be fair. I will say this: Joshua De Silva is good behind the stumps. You understand? That is why he should have never dropped that catch. If someone want to dislodge him, then based on his status in West Indies cricket right now, because you notice when West Indies 8 tour and he's the captain, based on his status, they're going to have to score a lot of runs and make sure they are okay behind the stumps. Good night, Sports Bone. Do you like the bounce what Shamar Joseph give Australia batsman? When last you see a West Indies fast bowler bounce somebody like that? We have almost every test match we see people trying to bowl bouncers, but they are never well directed. That was a good bouncer. Having said that, we hope Usman Khawaja is okay. As soon as he got hit, my viewers and subscribers, I had a flashback to a few years back when Phil Hughes, the young Australian, got hit in the head and passed away. So we never really want to see anybody get hurt like that. But it's, as Michael Wolin would say, he's not trying to hurt anybody, but it is inevitable that somebody going to get hit, so I say it go. Top 5 batsmen fail, so Josh did nonsense, but our batsmen the batsmen are not performing. Joshua De Silva being the last established quote-unquote batsman at that time, we definitely would have wanted a better decision making from him. The top 5 batsmen fail, and he failed also. You understand? He's a wicket keeper. Yes, he made the team as a specialist wicket keeper, but he can also bat. So when certain things happen, and certain decision doesn't look good, we're going to call him out, and it just as how we call out the other batsmen, you know. But you're right in pointing it out, and I think people that are pointing out Da Silva's you know, play Da Silva playing the same shot, they are not saying that the previous the other five batsmen before him didn't fail. It is bright and clear for everybody to see that they didn't perform, apart from the half century from Mackenzie. You understand? But yeah, he feel just as much as them, because we know that he can hang around with the bat. So just as we call out the other batsmen, we're going to call him out. Ireland could beat that team on paper. Mr. Sports to the Bone. Da Silva dropped Kawaj and head also hope could take Da Silva place against England if he fails in the second test. Correct. And this is what I'm going to use to show you now. Say I am not biased or trying to fight down anybody. I just said that Da Silva need to step it up, but there is no way we're going to say that. Hope got the opportunity just now to make it to get in the squad, and the opportunity was presented to him, I am sure, as a specialist batsman, right? And he said no, said him not ready yet, say him not ready yet. So we can't just jump up and say, boy, right now he's going to step in for Da Silva. He's probably one of the only committed. He's one of the few committed players that we have. One of the few players that we have that is actually committed to Test cricket. You know, so I'm not saying that we need to stick with him even when he's failing. You need people stepping up and challenging him. That's why I'm saying, you know, I wouldn't mind we have somebody in the regional tournament stepping up and getting some runs and also being good behind the wicket to put a little fire under his tail. Just as how they shake up the top order, the batting order, it's the same way the wicket keeping position can be shaken up also. But I'm not just going to say, yo, Shea-Hope can bat and he's a wicket keeper, so we're going to put him in there. I don't even know if Shea-Hope can would be able to keep that long, based on what we know with his knee and all of that. Well, bro, we will soon have a new under 19 keeper. All right, let us see. This is he's actually in the tournament now, so let us see how he'll go. And poor in front, Sports to the Bone, to be honest. I think he's talking about Silva behind in front of the wicket. All right. Evening, Sports to the Bone. Greetings. Da Silva hands holds on to Kawaja and the LBW off head that goes towards West Indies. The game would still be ongoing. The umpire's call off head really hurt us. Yeah, I remember that little one. You know, the umpire's call. I always say I'm not a big fan of the umpire's call thing. You know, I think I always say the technology is there. So once you go upstairs and the technology says stump sitting, boy, I always say go with it. But you know, people always say, listen, Lennox, you have to leave room for what they like to say. I don't know, room for error or something like that. But I know that the umpire on the field can be just as wrong as the technology. So once you go upstairs and I say, hey, wicket are hitting now. I want go with it. But I guess they're trying to keep the umpire relevant as much as possible. But you know, that keeper today will be our new rising star. That's Andrew. He got the 130. That's another thing, my people. We have to bear in mind that him getting a century. We have to watch him. We have to watch him, and the good thing is that the West Indies Academy and the CCC, they are going to be in the 4-day regional championship. So we'll get a chance to look at him. I'm not going to jump ahead as yet and say, he's in the team. I don't really work like that. As I said, there might be a future there for him, but let us see. Good night, everyone. West Indies batting performance was like genocide. Urgent action is urgently required. It's only 2 matches. There is no room for error. Exactly, Steve. And that is the next thing when it comes on to rotation. You want to give people leeway. You want to give people opportunity to prove themselves. But when you have a 2-match series, if a man don't hit the ground running, you probably shake it up. The shake where you shake it up and switch up things might not work. But it's a 2-match test series. So if you have a couple other people in the squad that they would have had a good where it would probably they were on this West Indies A team and performed good. You know, probably coming out from the regional tournament, you might say you want to get a look at them. You know, as much as though it's not ideal to just chop and change and switch up things after one game. You know, Sports in Bone, I would like to see Jerry McAllister, Shamar Joseph, Alzari Joseph, O'Shane Thomas against England, pace like fire. Right, so I hear you. If the hold on. If the batsmen were so poor if the batsmen were so poor this game, what happens at the Gabba with the pink ball? Yeah, it's going to be even more difficult, I would think, because somebody like a Mitchell Stark is going to factor in that. Is going to factor. You're going to have to factor in Mitchell Stark. That is where he comes alive. You know, he's usually good in the nights with the pink ball, gets the ball to dart around, swing around, and everything. So you know, with the accuracy of Pat Cummins and Hazelwood working, you know, you're going to have Mitchell Stark now to face with the fast moving ball. A question: Will Shamar Joseph more damage in the day night games with the pink ball? So I am pretty sure this is going to be his first day and night game. You know, his first day and night test match. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. You know, he's fast. He gets the ball to move a little bit. But let us see how it goes going. I can't really say because I've never seen him in that sort of condition. Just like what I was able to say about Mitchell Stark now is because I have seen him in the ball in the pink ball. That's why I'm able to say that. The level of bowling that Shamar did force the others to rise to his level. The bowling wasn't wayward at all as usual. Yeah, it wasn't overly wayward. I think the main thing was we had a lot of no balls. We had quite a few no balls, you know. A couple of the bowlers were bowling short, but the main thing, as I say, you know, it wasn't too wayward. It was just a no ball we need to work on. I think the West Indies bowling attack can take 20 wickets in a match, but the batting is not up to standard. Too many of the batters are looking to survive and not to score. Mackenzie played rather well. And that is the thing, Williams. When people are not comfortable or confident or not competent enough with the bat, the first thing that comes to their mind is to look to survive and then try and think. You know, well, not even only if it's not only when you're not competent, but you know, some people are naturally attacking and some are defensive mind. But you know, against that team, you have to be positive. You know, you have to be positive. Joshua is one of the most experienced batsman in the side. When will he learn? When he is 50, he was already in. So stick it out and fight. We ain't learning nothing. Yeah, that's why I was saying that. That's why I made the post that for the life of me, I couldn't understand how you get out playing the same shot. You know the man is there and you take it on still. I don't know. I don't know, sir. He was in. He was, as I say, he was in. He didn't look. It's not even like he was looking. He looked bothered or anything like that. You know, he was batting and looked all right. But you know, as I said, batting is a composed of a whole lot of different things. That is how you rise up at the top. You know, it's a whole lot of different things. You know, mindset, mentality, working out, strategy, all of them things come together. It's not only who can play the pretty shot. We just praising Da Silva last week when he ranked second for the most catches. Now drop him. Yeah, that's exactly West Indian. Exactly. So that is the thing. The man finished playing less test match than the guys on the list there and finished second. You know, that's what I'm saying. If you're going to talk about another keeper, then you have to talk about a keeper doing it in the 4-day regional championship, scoring runs and being clean behind the stump. You can't, you're going to call him out and the shot and thing and the catch, but you can't just drop him because of the one catch. You know, that is the thing we have. But you know it, Gordy. Blessings, Smalls. Blessings. That sports to the bone. I feel we had a good chance, but the batsmen, bro. You know, even when we had them, even when we took the first 4 or so wickets, I was still in the back of my mind saying that this Australia team, this still they are going to settle down and bat. You understand? And I didn't think that we were going to win the game, but I thought we would have made more of it. You know, yeah. Kemar Roach turned medium pace, I know. I mean, even before the Australia series here, I am sure he was bowling at least 132, 133. He was just hitting 120s. I'm not sure if he's carrying something or what. But them 120s are not going to really work. I mean, it's good when with the strategy and trying to set batsmen up and thinking about, you know, they give them way too much time to play the ball, you know. Squirts and Sportsman, will you open with the two, Joseph, or give Roach the new ball? Even before the first game started, I said the two Josephs need to open. Even before the first game started, I said that Alzar and Shamar Joseph need to take the new ball. Yeah, you know, because the thing is, when you open with when you give a man, when you allow two bowlers to open, they are gonna bowl at least 3 or 4 overs. Before you make a change, at least 4 overs each before you make a change. So that is some amount of damage done to the ball. You know, not a whole lot, but some amount of damage. You want the fastest bowler that you have. Know that you have seen that, you know, he's not going to be overly nervous. Know that he's confident. It should be even an easier decision in this game, in this second match. But you know, sometimes they have this thing where they say the senior man takes the new ball, but not really. So you can't really look at it like that. At least in my opinion, you know. Joshua De Silva was disappointing. Twice you are playing the hook shot when your team needs you most. The top order batsmen, especially the opening pair, need to get it together or go. Exactly. They need to score some runs. Roach wasn't bad. Yeah, he wasn't bad, you know. He wasn't bad because even when they were scoring runs, you could give Roach the ball and he would try to pull it together. But what I'm saying, you know, you want some venom. You know, you want some venom, you want some more pace. But he's doing what he's there to do. When people were questioning why is it that we're taking Roach to Australia and his numbers were so, you know, his numbers are they are not strong. I was trying to remind people that, listen, if you don't have Gabriel and Holder and Seals and you know, Mears, who is the next all-rounder, that bowl, you have to take him because they can't send Alzari Joseph alone to go and hold up the pace attack with the youngsters. You know, so as much as you know that he's not the Kemar Roach of a few years ago, you still have to send him. You understand? You still have to send him, you know, because I just saw the thing said. Can someone who has played village cricket to tell Da Silva to take a step or two forward if he is catching ball down by his ankle? Clad, I can understand. I have been talking about this. I can understand. I always say there's no way it can be that simple. Even the commentators saying it. Even the commentators are here saying it that there's no way it can be that simple. It's the same thing I was talking about setting up the slip. And even before the test match start, we were talking about it. And I hear the commentators saying the same thing. The ball's dropping short all day long. And they have the slip feelers way back. Them no common sense that if you play cricket, no common sense that international cricket. You understand? The same thing, almost every delivery. The ball in my drops at the man ankle. The only way that probably take a catch is if the guy slash at the ball hard and he really take a healthy edge. I say so you have to be proactive, man. Things like those. And I have to commend Craig Brathwaite for getting Justin Greaves in the what you would call a short slip or a shallow slip. But they had like 3 or 4 edges dropping short there before I made the call, and we're here watching it and we're like, bring up the slip. It's not so hard. It's not rocket science. It's not rocket science, you know. Apart from Shamar Joseph, I find Justin Greaves played well, but the fans are hardly mentioning that since Shamar is the man in the spotlight. Yeah, he played well, man. He definitely played well. He bowled well, and he started off with the bat. Okay, he got the ball to move around. He's the one that I think going to be I don't want to say effective with the pink ball, but it seems as if he has the ability to get the ball moving around. But you're right, he definitely played well, Why does Silva get out the same way 3 times in warm up and both innings in the test? I didn't even remember about the warm up, but when I saw it the second time, I had to make a post same time on the page. I tell a star. It I don't know. It's not that much. It's not that much to drop a catch, but make it up with the bat. No, I mean, you're not always going to be able to make it up with the bat, but them catch you have to hold them, the man. But I understand what you're saying still. Try and make it up with the bat, but and why we being so critical of him is not a makeshift keeper. They put in there that because they think he's going to score 100. Like when they say England put in Johnny Bairstow to keep. You understand? Well, I'm not saying he's a makeshift keeper, but he's not a keeper that you would really be looking for in Test cricket. You would expect them to go with Ben Foakes. But because of the type of cricket that they're playing, they risk it and put him in. And you see him drop a lot of catches. That's not the case with that Silva. Man can keep. Man, if he catch the ball and set the slip the right way, that is his job, That is his job. You understand? Based on my knowledge, when I played the little bush cricket that I used to play and used to be in the slip every now and again, is the keeper take the pace at the pitch and how the ball coming through, and that is how we know how to line up the slip. Or else you're gonna have the keeper all the way back on the slip up there, so you're gonna have the keeper way back on the slip. Man, if he sort out the slip and set himself and stop the foolishness. And I am saying this because I know he's a good keeper. The man can keep. You understand? That is why we're saying that. I hate that so much of the narrative around Shamar Joseph was on where he came from. I understand that it is an extraordinary story, but I feel like the media could have focused more on his abilities. Yeah, they highlighted it a lot, man. Is a lot of highlighting it got. What you would find is that the media, when it comes on to sensations coming out of the Caribbean, they usually dig into the circumstance or how the person was raised. You understand? Because they know sometimes the Caribbean people have it a little tougher, so they tend to make a lot of story out of that. But as I said, they could have probably stressed the abilities more. But what I loved was how the crowd reacted to him. You understand? I really like, even when he didn't take a wicket, even Justin Greaves, when we have a good over, so you hear the clapping. It's a crowd that love them cricket. Obviously, they want their team to win. I don't know if it's a case where they know that we definitely need the encouragement, but I really like how the crowd, the spectators were moving. Our bowling was good, but our batting was terrible. I wasn't too far. I wasn't too far to say let Roach and Joseph open the bowling. Okay, let me get that. Sports to the bone. Tage must be dropped for the second test and let Mackenzie open with Brathwaite and Sinclair in for Moti. I am resting Roach and giving Hakeem Jordan a try. He not fast, but his height will help him. All right. They're probably going to give McCaskey a go at it. Yes, good night, everybody. Good night, Sports to the Bone. Yeah, blessings. Tage definitely need to take a hike. All right, bless up, Sports to the Bone. I think it's time we change the opening partnership to Brathwaite and someone else to have good balance to the team, says Mark. All right. You know what's sad? I believe West Indies is not getting enough tests per year. They should be playing more test matches. Yeah, they're not getting a lot. We get like 6 matches for the year, the most. If we're lucky. If we're lucky, we might get 6. Um, the truth is the same. The same is true for a couple of other nations. You understand? But you see how ICC doing it. You know, they're trying to put it where they think they're going reap back some money. South Africa is the same thing. You understand? Not getting much. We see South Africa sending a second string team to New Zealand because they have their T20 league going on, saying that they can't afford to let the top players go and not play in the league. So you know, yeah, man, it would be nice. It would be nice if we can get some more. But you find that if we do get more tests, we're probably not going to get a lot against the top teams until we get back to a certain level. The reality is that is where we are at now. So you might find that we are playing a lot of the lower teams. It must be rough because these guys haven't played test match for about 5 months and the rest are debutants. Yeah, it has to be, most rough. The guys, once they're not playing white ball cricket, most of them just in the nets knocking ball and and then they have to turn it on against the best team in the world. So it's a whole lot of odds up against us, Hold on. If Tej play next game, I would swap him with Artanes. We need that aggression up top. Tej might be more suited to in the middle order as he is lacking confidence right now. All right. Shamar not going to get Smith out again. Shamar not going to get Smith out again. First ball. Well, it's probably highly unlikely that is going to get him out first ball. Yes, it's probably highly unlikely, but we expect great things of him just the same. From him just the same. I hope we can bounce back and level up the series. Yeah, hopefully. Australia won the toss and won the game. They knew exactly what to do. When Australia won the toss and decided to bowl, and I was like, "What's going on here? What's going on here?" Usually when Australia win the toss, I bat them one bat. Going into the next game, it's even though they won by so easily bowling first. You understand the guys that love to bat, they're probably going, if they win the toss, they're probably going to force the skipper to give them a chance to bat again, to bat this time. West Indies not beating Australia when the batsmen batting poor in both innings. They need to stop playing cricket. No important. Okay. My 11 for the second test. Brathwaite, Arthanet, Shandopal, Mackenzie, Greaves, Da Silva, Hodge, Joseph, Sinclair, Joseph again, and Roach. All right. Da Silva scored more than Arthanet, Hodge, Brathwaite, Shandopal in the 2 innings, but I knew that the one Trini would be the scapegoat. You need to stop the foolishness, Ian. You need to stop the foolishness. People say, listen, and you pointed it out earlier and we agree. The other batsmen did not do anything. What we're saying is that Da Silva is a better batsman than what he's showing. And he got in. That's the thing, he got in. So the way that he got out, people are having a problem with it. And it's because people know that he can bat while they are saying that. We're not really going, people not trying to scapegoat no Trini. People always come with that sort of, with that argument that nobody not scapegoating Trini, because I myself, I am calling him out and I don't have anything against him as a Trinidadian. I don't know him. So, sometimes we have to let go the country rivalry. Make no sense. Sometimes we have to let go the country rivalry. We know that he's there as a specialist batsman and he outscored the guys that you call. Obviously, he outscored them. But what we are saying is the way in which he got out, he's better than that. The guys that didn't score, we are calling them out. Don't you see people calling for Shandopal? Don't you see people talking about Shandopal, Arthanes, and them guys not playing well? Don't you see people talking about them? We have to try and let go the country rivalry, man, especially when it is not warranted. I know that I'm not going bias against Trinidad because I don't know anybody there. No make no sense. And some of the same guys that you think is trying to be biased against Trinidadian, they are the same ones that were standing up for Darren Bravo the other day. Some of the same people from Guyana, Jamaica, Barbados that were saying, boy, that not look good enough. Bravo should be in the team. They are the same ones that are saying this about Da Silva playing the shot. So it couldn't be because they are trying to make a Trini scapegoat. They are trying to make a man that was the last established batsman understand that, listen, you are better than that. These are some of the same people that would have said, Desmond Haynes, that is foolishness. Darren Bravo should have been in the squad. I did about 6 or 7 videos talking about Darren Bravo's situation, and quite a few people that I am sure that they are not from Trinidad would have indicated that a true man, Darren Bravo, should have left Darren Bravo. They should have invited Darren Bravo in the squad. And not one Trinidadian I don't see come in the comment section and say, look at that. Even people outside of Trinidad have to be saying, give him, the man deserve it. I don't see not one Trinidadian come out and say it. So sometimes we need to stop the country rivalry. And I was looking for it, the support that Darren Bravo got from people outside of Trinidad. I was looking to see at least one person comment and say, boy, I am from Trinidad and I love to see how the people are uniting. Just say that, listen, the man scored the run, so he need to get the opportunity. Not one person has said that. So we have to drop the country rivalry thing sometime. I don't know why Brathwaite giving Roach the new ball when he bowling at 125. What are the West Indies selectors thinking? It's at the disaster with the batting. I don't know how they're going to fix it. They have extended the West Indies Regional Championship that is coming up. CCC and West Indies Academy in now. So hopefully we're going to get more games. Hopefully we will have players performing better. Hopefully the tournament will be more competitive. But as of now, there are not a lot of people there that you could say, banging down the door, especially youngsters. So we're going to have to look and see how the selectors going. Well, I don't even know how much selectors we have right now. I know Desmond Haynes is still there. I don't know who else. We did well enough in the circumstance. Batsman gave their wickets away, too much blocking. Good afternoon. All right, Sports to the Bone. Where's the whole thing with Dorich suing CWI? I'm not sure. I haven't seen any update or any articles or anything like that. So I'm not sure, Once if I see anything pop up from a credible source, that I will definitely touch on it. Well, it's a Roach in my 11. All right. Well, I can say Hola was not missed. Yeah. Stop the domino effect. Wicked start flying like crazy. All right. Give both Joseph to rough up Australia by opening the bowling. Roach pace not that effective. All right. Sports to the Bone. Brathwaite being biased like his countryman Haynes. He always opening the bowling with Roach. Is not a wicket taking bowler when he have the two Joseph to blast out there. I wouldn't say it's bias, I wouldn't say it's bias, and I am not one of them that like to lean towards and say it's a country thing. I wouldn't say it's that. I personally wanted the two Josephs to open. But I am thinking that it's probably because Shamar was making his debut, so they probably say, all right, let Shamar open with let Roach open to help get some control and see what the surface is doing. But know that the jitters, you can't say the jitters are actually out. The youth need to open the bowling. Going into the first test, I wanted him to open in the first place, open the bowling. Grieve did okay. Sports to the Bone. Do you think Hola will walk back into the team? I don't think so. I don't think so. But it depends still. It depends, because at the end of the day, you're looking at all-rounders. You're looking at an all-rounder, and you're thinking, Greaves is there, yes, and he will hang around with the bat and he will do his thing with the ball. But what we have to remember is that we're not sure how long Kemar is going to be there for. Hola is not a tear-away. You don't want a tear-away pacer to replace Roach. But while the transition is going on, you might see Hola come back in for a little while. And another thing is, the IPL contract that he was probably thinking he was going to pick up, he didn't get it this time around. So, you might see him coming back around and things. We got the separate Tish from Brathwaite. We can't have both openers struggling, but Brathwaite has enough money in the bank to have a bad series with the bat because he always score in the past series. All right. Why is no one calling for Sinclair? Why do you mean? People calling for Sinclair? No, people saying they would rotate Moti with Sinclair. You understand? But you and I know exactly why you're not seeing an outrage about Sinclair not playing. You and I know exactly why you're not seeing an outroar about Sinclair not playing, right? You and I know exactly why you're not seeing an outroar about Sinclair playing, or if you hear people saying take out Morty to put in Sinclair. I people not going to like it, because they're going to say, oh, you must say that you're talking about this. You know exactly why people you don't see people even bored and everybody get up and start up why Sinclair not in the team. You and I know exactly why. Roach is a wicket taking bowler. The man run through team a few season ago. I think what they are saying is him being away, being away in Australia. I think that's the problem. I would give Jordan a sweat. Roach and his grunt has got to go. Sports of the Bone, I think Roach was the one who asked to bring up the slip. I don't know who asked, but all I can tell you is if you see a man consistently bowling at 125, I don't know, brother. As I always say, I am saying it, I am not a cricket expert. So if I can look at that and other people, I am sure, can look at that and see it. You have 11 international players on the field. One must can say, man, move up the slip. You understand? Move, keeper, move up. After the rocket science, who on the team have more experience? Kemar Roach is the most experienced player there, and that is exactly why he's there in Australia. As we said earlier, his numbers aren't good in Australia. Going into Australia, I think he's like his average per wicket is like 90 runs. But I said it quite a few times. You don't have Hola going, you don't have Seals, you don't have Gabriel. You can't send Azari Joseph alone with the young pacers. That is why Roach is there. There is more money to be made in franchise cricket. We can't blame the old soldiers. Yeah, nobody is blaming them. We're just saying that if people go and establish themselves, they can just walk back in. West Indies should have got another young pace bowler there to Joseph opening and get another fast bowler, 140 plus miles. How will you get two fast bowlers and following up with two medium pacers? That's the thing. Where are we going to get them from? Where are we going to get them from? Getting them is one thing, It would be nice to see the two Josephs, and then we have, if and when O'Shane is fit to play, we have him and somebody else that is able to bowl that speed. The interview that I did with O'Shane Thomas the other day, he was talking about, tests and saying that he definitely wants to play and he's aiming to play before the end of the year. So, we are hoping we'll see him back soon. We have to also shout out the under-19s for giving South Africa a fight today. Lost by 30 runs. Yeah, we actually lost by 31 runs, but at 1 point, 73 for 5, it looked like we would be rolled over. Andrew was special today, only 17. Yeah, man, we lost by 31. Andrew made 130 runs. Yeah, I did a video on that earlier today. That Silva bat, similar to Blackwood, them out the same way over and over again. Sports, what do you think we should go for England? What do you think we should do for England series? Keep the youngsters and give them a chance, or drop some of them when Hola and more experienced players suddenly become available? One thing is for sure, the batting, I am not troubling the batting. You understand? Kurt Mackenzie will stay. Arthur Nays will stay. You understand? He hasn't had the best start in Test cricket, but we know he's one of them players in the region that we're looking at to really carry on the fire. So you don't want to go any of them two. Greaves, let's see how he will do in the second test. Um, you know, Hodge, let's see how it will go in the second test also. Because in terms of batting, we really and truly haven't seen any of these youngsters really go out and stamp their authority as yet to say, yes, I am immovable. You understand? And the next thing that you have to look at, the other guys aren't under contract, so CWI will take them when they will take them when they can. Is it just that is it just me that wonders if the Silva back pressure makes him weary of ducking? Like, is the reaction time just slow to duck? That's why he keeps hooking at the ball, like Rohit Sharma. Well, I heard them saying that is his strength. The commentators were saying that is his strength, and he's backing himself. You understand? And he's backing himself and thing, but I don't know. It probably is Viv Richard can hook every sharp ball. Under 19 did well with 130 runs by one of the batsmen. Yeah, that was Andrew. He got 130 off, I think, 96 deliveries. Mr. Mr. Lakeram. We have O'Shane Thomas and Jerry McAllister to help. The two. Our name, so our name Mr. Lakeram. What can we really do to strengthen our batting? The guys need to play more cricket. They're not playing any cricket, so when they go up against world-class players, it's hard. You understand? Bowling is, I'm not gonna say bowling is easier, but batsmen tend to make mistakes, and when you have a bowler that is practicing over and over, you need when you're a batsman, you need to play a lot of cricket against good bowlers to become good. But when you have pace and you can hold a line and length, you can be effective, if you understand what I'm saying. West Indies need left arm seamer with pace. All right. Mackenzie has an option to open with Craig Greaves at 4. Your thoughts? I mean, he has opened before. He used to open. But they probably they're going to leave it as is for the second test and then look and see how it go. But generally speaking, you don't want the two style of players. You don't want the two same type players opening. Sports of the Bone, what can we do to really improve our batting? Arthur is disappointed. Yeah. I think it was in the first innings that he got a start and look okay until he gave it away. I just said it. They have to play more cricket. We have to understand that when we come up against these teams, these teams are playing like some of these players playing like some of these players playing 40, 50, 60 first class games before they can even smell the first team, and they have to be good. Look at the Australians. There's this guy that they were thinking of to use him as an opener. I think he's Matt Renshaw. I think his last name is Renshaw. He has been scoring a lot of runs in the Australia first class system. You understand? And they still decided that, listen, we want to have our 6 best batsmen batting at all time. And according to them, that would be Steve Smith, Marnus Lamashane, Usman Khawaja, Steve Smith, Usman Khawaja, Marnus Lamashane, Cameron Green, and Travis Head and Mitchell Marsh. You understand? That's what they're saying. So even though Renshaw is making a lot of runs, you understand, they are saying, boy, he's a specialist opener making a lot of runs, but we have other people that we think, we can tweak things and it will work and they will still be the 6 best that we can find, even though he's scoring a lot of runs. So when I look and see how hard it is for those guys to get into their actual senior team, that and a man can get into a team easily. You play 1 or 2 games and first class level and you're probably getting. Not really sure batting wise what these players can do to improve versus Cummins, Hazelwood and Stark, but they need to find a way to score runs. Seems like just blocking the ball isn't working. Yep, going up against Australia, need to look to score. I don't understand how everyone calling for TH to be dropped. Yes, he has been out of form, but TH hasn't been given half the rope we gave Campbell. We persisted with Campbell forever with no return. And that is the thing, Crick Lover. That is the thing. And some people will say I am saying this because because I am from Jamaica and he's from Jamaica. But those who have been here for long enough will know that I couldn't care less. Not directed to you, Crick Lover. But what we need to understand is, and I'm not saying they need to drop him as yet, because I am saying play him in the second test. But what we need to understand is the mistakes that we made in the past, we can't make them with somebody else and say, because we made this mistake and we gave this man the amount of chance, we need to do the same thing for this man. That would mean that we are not learning and we are not improving. You understand? Tayshaun and Shandopal sure is out of form. We want him to score. You understand? You're right to say they gave Campbell a whole lot of chances and no return. But as I said, you can't use the same, you can't use that sort of thing to say that is why you need to give Tayshaun and Shandopal a lot of chance. Not saying it's time to drop him and throw him away, but I'm saying the mistakes that you made in the past, you can't say, why, say me give John Campbell 50 games and him not do nothing. Can't give Tayshaun and Shandopal 20 games, even though if he's failing in the even though Carl him failing in the 20 games, you're going to say, boy, I have to try to give him another 30 or 31 so he can match up to the amount of games that we give Campbell. That makes no sense. You understand? Having said that, he needs to step up and play well. He needs and play better. But we can't because we made a mistake in the past or we persisted with it would mean that we are doing the same thing over and over, Crick Lover, Mackenzie Shamar. I'm going on the plane to England for sure. All right. Just checking in while I work this overnight. Big up. All right. Blessings, Armstrong. Thanks for the support. I disagree with that because Roach, medium pace. If you bowl well, putting the ball in the right spot, it doesn't matter whether you are express pace or not. You can have express pace and bowl rubbish. And anybody with any cricket sense know that, my friend. But what we're saying is this. Pace with line and length is way more effective. And I am assuming that is what people is reasoning. And as I said, Roach is in the team to help with control, to help slow down things, and to, as you would have seen, work out batsmen and take wickets, of course. But I think what people are trying to say is pace, line and length with pace is more effective. You understand? You're bowling a good line and length. Roach bowling a good line and length. Azar Joseph bowling the same line and length at 140, 145 is going to be more effective. You understand? Because you're rushing the batsman, you're hurrying the batsman. There's less time to really decide what he's going to do. That is why fast bowlers that are accurate usually they are usually hard to deal with. So I'm not thinking. I don't think people is saying that you need to just flood the team with pace bowlers that go and spew the ball all over the place. People, the reasoning are really there. So, kind of tired of medium bowlers. Just want to see fire pace bowlers in the lineup. I mean, fiery pace bowlers good, but you want fiery pace bowlers that are going to be accurate. You understand? Bilateral series will fix that. All right. Arthur's need to settle down. Yeah, I think our team will do well against other teams. Australia was or is tough. Yep. Kirk, Shamar, Alzari, Roach were our top run scorers in that match. They all played positively. Seems like we are sitting ducks if we try to try the long-term game and just have a ball with our net. Because the technique is not the best in the world. So it no matter sense they sit down and doing that. Even deliveries that can be scored off, they're not trying to score. That we said it before the game, before the first ball even ball. You have to play positive cricket. But you see how Alzar Joseph missed out on another wicket because of drops. I don't know, yeah, man. That man like him fall out in a seawater. Man, salt. Poor and leaving South Africa T20 captain in IL Team 20. Yeah. Inter tournament between West Indies, Afghanistan, Pakistan. That can help us give us more game time. I would drop Hodge and bring in Sinclair So you're going to drop the specialist batsman for the spinner. All right. Or Sinclair met the team as a specialist batsman. I'm not troubling the opener. Shandopar should be given a run. Is it strange the 4 women retired all at once? I'm thinking the lead selector had a meeting with them and said to them that they will not be picked in the future and they should move on. I don't know, I don't know if it's the lead selector say it or there's something going on behind the scene that the ladies are not happy with. We saw Deandra that in the other day, and we saw Deandra that in the other day talking and thing. And then these ladies, I don't know if it's them telling them that listen, you need to move on, or it's something happening behind the scene that they are not happy with. The Australians have now studied Shamar, and we will probably not do so well next match. Yeah, it's highly unlikely that you're going to make your debut and take 5 wickets, and then the next game you take 5 more. You are now seeing and people going to be cautious, but pace with good bowling is always going to be a problem. You understand? They're going to be more cautious. They are going to be more aware of what he's bringing to the table. That has been hinting at something on social media. All right. Yes, Sinclair can bat and bowl. He should play. Yeah, he can bat and bowl, but what are you playing him as? I want to know the role. Define the role. Because we have a specialist batsman that we're removing. Define the role. We are slowly moving away from playing bits and pieces cricketers, and then if they fail with the bat, we say, well, they will chip in with the ball. If they fail with the ball, we say, well, they can chip in with the bat. Tell us, what are you picking him as? Are you picking him as another all-rounder? So we're going to play 2 all-rounders in Sinclair and Justin Greaves, or you're picking him as a spinner that can bat, which would mean you're going to play 2 specialist spinner. What are you picking him as? Sportsable, we need a young wicketkeeper to perform well with bat and gloves in the Super 50 to replace the Silva. He not learning from his mistake. He gets out the same way over and over again. Well, the 4-day regional tournament is coming up. That is what they're going to need to perform in. We need some experienced batsmen in our batting order. We need someone like Bravo, Blackwood looks strengthening Blackwood, Brooks strengthening the batting. What you saying to me? Shamar looks like an all-rounder. Hope he focus on what's working best for him. Yeah. Casanova, I totally agree with you. Fed up of his medium pace bowling. We need O'Shane Thomas and Jerry McAllister to help Josephs. Also, do we really think the players who opted out on this Australia tour actually are preparing for a T20 World Cup, or did they just run away from challenge of facing the legendary? I don't think it's a case of them running away from facing Australia. I think it's a case of them just going for the money. It is as plain as that. Because if there were no contracts out there and offer, they would have gone to Australia and they would have looked at it and say, well, Brian Lara, Courtney Walsh, Curtly Ambrose, all of them go there and in the last 30 years or so and then them not really do much. So they have all of that to look at. You understand? If it wasn't for the franchise money, those guys would have gone. Those guys would be playing, right? We can't. Well, that's why we always say, no, we have to use our brain. We have to use our brain. It's not that we're going to say people lying, It's not that we're going to say people lying, but I always say that I'm not going to let anybody. I'm not going to let anybody lead me blindly. I going to question things. Listen why I said that. I have a reason. Jason Hall a few weeks ago told us when he was called up for the ODI team against England, the man said, no, he's not going. He's prioritizing Test cricket and T20. He's using the time to prepare for Test cricket and T20 cricket. You understand? Perfect opportunity came to go and play some Test cricket against Australia. I'm not go. Money, franchise money. We can't blame them, We're not blaming them. We're just saying that we're not letting anybody lead us blind. You understand? I use your brain, not make them lead with blind. If franchise cricket wasn't there, they would be playing for West Indies. I can understand that the franchise cricket, they are saying they're going to use it to prepare for the World Cup, but I don't think so. My Trinidad namesake is deaf too much in his field. Sir know that I respect him as an elder, and I didn't mean to come off disrespectful or anything, because Sir Ian has been supporting me from day one. But if he has been here from day one, just like the others, he will know that when I go and call foolishness, foolishness when I see it. You understand? And as I said, he's been a long time supporter. I have been wrong on several times, you know, but everything is not country related and thing like that. Them need to stop it. I totally agree with you, Steve. Kevin Sinclair should play in the second test and rest Moti. All right, so we're rotating out Moti, but that's the thing. Steve didn't tell us if he's dropping Moti or what. So it sounds as if he's playing the two of them as a spinner, but Moti would be playing would be making the team Sinclair would be making the team as a specialist batsman, it seems. After just one match, I think Moti should be retained for the second test. I don't believe that a player who bowled 12 overs in a match and went wicketless should be dropped. And that is the problem, Williams. That is the thing. I think that Moti is my frontline spinner. I would have said it. When people keep on asking why you're not playing Sinclair, I say because Moti is my frontline spinner. But the problem is it's not a 5-match test series, so as I say, it's not a lot of overs he got to bowl though. But when you're playing 2 matches and you think that, well, a man coming from South Africa didn't look too bad, and then he bowled in the warm-up game there at Australia, didn't look too bad. We might just roll the dice in Sinclair. We might just roll the dice and say, well, come in and bowl, It's not that we want to drop Moti because he didn't get a lot of time to bowl or anything. You understand? But when you look and say Sinclair coming off a little heat from regional championship, then he went to South Africa the other day, did well, then he did okay in the warm-up game against the Australia playing 11. The captain and the coach might say, you know what, let us see if we can roll the dice and get a little out of him based on his form. And that's how you would probably find him coming in for Moti. But I agree though, your frontline spinner don't just bowl 12 overs and you drop him, But I can understand why people would be calling for him like that. And he might come in and might not be effective, because at the end of the day, you have Steve Smith up there, you have Marnus Lamashane, you have a couple of other guys, and he's bowling half spin, and you have the right-handers there. Not saying that half spinner can't get them out, but I can understand why people would be saying give him a go, If that Silva had played full blooded hook shots, they would have gone for 6s. All right. Hey, bro, speaking about West Indies cricket, we love everyone from different countries. We are all one team. We are just disappointed because the present team could have done better by just focusing more. I agree. But, it's just one of them things where, because we are split into different countries, a man believe that once you share an opinion against his country is because you are not from his country. But when it comes on to analyzing, and that's the thing. Sometimes people will say that stop talking bad about the team and support the team. But if you are supporting something and you're serious, you should be able to really look at the flaws and criticize it and say, improve this. Look at the strength and say, this is good. Continue with it. But sometimes when we call out people from other countries, they're going to say, well, say it's because you're not from that country. But we have to move past that. We have to move past that. I remember a couple of years ago, I've mentioned this a couple of times. I remember a couple of years ago when the universe boss was lacking form, and I was saying, it's time for him to go. You need to get him out the team. I had people on the YouTube, people in my Instagram saying that, how is it that I'm from Jamaica and I am calling for them to drop the Jamaican? And I'm like, that doesn't make sense. It's not Jamaica cricket I'm watching, it's West Indies cricket. You understand? The same thing with John Campbell when I was calling for him to be dropped. And people like, is a bad man, the Jamaicans, you don't like them, and you're from Jamaica. Them need to stop them foolishness. If we're supporting a team, we should be able to call out the flaws and hope it improve. But in this is where Banner and Blackwood are missing. What you saying to me? The bottom line is performance. If players are not performing, then there must be accountability and consequences. I agree. And that is why we want a stronger red ball system. But the lead selector himself is already saying we have a strong red ball system. So I'm not too sure how we get there. If we are, I'm not too sure. Blessings, Jay. My huge worry now is that since Shamar is in this spotlight, we could end up with another situation where a year from now he isn't playing for West Indies anymore and is freelancing like the rest, sadly. Yep. And I mean, a lot of people looking at it. A lot of people looking at it like that. And I am sure that if you ask him no, he's going to say that, listen, I am here to play Test cricket. Test cricket is what I want to play. I want to play for West Indies. But when the offers come, it's rough. Not a lot of people can turn their back on it. And people move from jobs to jobs to get better compensation. So we understand. It's the same thing that affected O'Shane Thomas. I remember the first interview that I did with him, not the last one, the first one. He said that, you know, coming into cricket, it was not his choice to go straight into white ball cricket. He was selected, he was drafted in. You understand? And when you look back, you would see that West Indies pull him in, and then, you know, he was all over the place. And I have said before, when you have these guys coming in, you know, if you can get them on a contract, you understand, and you try and get them playing development, they develop playing leagues that can get them developed and thing. You know, he said it. He said that is not a case where he just came out and stepped straight into white ball cricket, because the aim was always to play Test cricket. But, you know, when you're only when you go straight into T20 and you're asked to bowl 4 overs for the day, you understand, you become complacent, and what you're looking, you know, the hunger is probably not said the hunger, but the level of fitness that you need or that you would be striving for. You don't necessarily go and work that hard to maintain that, you know. The biggest jokes for me was when Arthur is reviewed. I was so embarrassed, I say, right at home, and see the ball hit the glove. No, but the thing is, Arthur knew that the ball hit the glove. So I don't know. I try to remember who he was batting with, and he pointed to the glove. He pointed to the glove to his teammate, to the other guy batting, and said he touched the glove. And I don't know what the other guy said, and he reviewed it. I don't remember if it was Justin Greaves that was batting with him. I don't remember who it was, but he touched the gloves and said he hit the gloves. So I don't know what sort of, you know, and if the ball cannon into the gloves like that, you feel it. You understand? So I don't know what was said to him to convince him to go for it, you know. Brathwaite, McKenzie, McCaskey, Arthanes. What is it? Brathwaite, McKenzie, McCaskey, Arthanes, Da Silva, Hodge, Greaves, Sinclair, Joseph, and Roach. So Mr. Lover, they're changing things up. Sports to the bone, the England series, there must be some serious changes in this test team, especially the batting lineup. It's been a problem for 20 plus years. Now, I had been following West Indies cricket since 1995. But what we have to remember still, you know, is the changes that we're looking at now, you know, remember, is the changes that we're looking at now. So are you saying that we're not going to give these guys an opportunity to prove themselves after just one game? Remember, is the changes that, you know, that is the changes. You know, remember that is the changes right there. When he reviewed it, he knew, he gloved it. Yeah, I don't know why. Because if you get hit on the glove that hard, you know that the ball hit the glove. I don't want to see Holder back in this team. Mackenzie told him to. Oh, it was Mackenzie batting. Why though? Why? I mean, Mackenzie probably did not hear the sound. But the man we have on the glove, if the ball cannon in the glove like that, are you able to touch it and say, you didn't go like this and say, you said the ball hit the glove. So I don't understand. You know, it wasn't overly costly in that situation, but you know, we have to learn from things like those. We might be in a tighter position where you end up reviewing, and that review cause us the game or whatever. So, you know, what I say, give more to his run, all right? It's a game. Sometimes a player is out and not player is out and not out by umpire call. Pakistan won't play any cricket during IPL, and the entire test team is not playing IPL. West Indies and Pakistan have a chance to organize a 5-match test series. Seals will also return by then. Well, they are going to look at it and say what can be made from it. But you're onto something though, Douglas. If they can look at it and see who they can bring in and try and get it going, that would be good. Also, is it just me wondering how come Azari, our only accurate fiery bowler across formats, is in all 3 squads versus Australia? He's definitely played the most cricket, so why do others skip and he can't? Azar is probably the one that is saying, listen, this is where I want to be and this is where I want to this is what I'm going to do. Mr. Lover, identify yourself. Is that you? Let me know in the comment section. I see you text me and say that you're backstage. But identify in the comment section, so I can be sure that that is you. Identify and I will let you in. If anyone need all right, yeah, Mr. Lover is there. I'm gonna read a couple more comments, Mr. Lover, and then I'll let you in. If anyone needs exit, it would be Azari from the ODI at least. Yeah, man, Azari doing a lot of work, man. Azari has to play ODI, receiving T20. Moti is our frontline spinner, not replacing him, but I sure would give Tej a rest for McCaskey or Sinclair and Mackenzie open. All right. O'Shane and Seals will be those 2 to come in. All right. Odil Azari from the test team will play in IPL. We should organize a test series. I say Joseph should sit out ODI and play T20 due to World Cup. All right. Azari needs a rest and not many wickets. Well, runs and not many wickets. All right. Supernova, imagine. Looking forward to seeing Shamar Hola, O'Shane Thomas, Jaden Seals, McKenny Clark, Kevin Pittman this first class season. All right, so with all these wickets internationally taken by Joseph based on the recent report, I think the 3rd highest in the world. How could you explain that Josh is too far from the wicket as an issue? I'm just throwing things out there. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just throwing things out there. Da Silva was fine where he was at. Da Silva was fine. He was fine. Still thinking Shea will be back in the test team, doing well. All right. He was fine. He was fine in the position that he was. Yeah, he was fine in the position. I was just overthinking it. All right, Mr. Lover is backstage. Let us hear Mr. Lover. What say you now, Mr. Lover?
Good night, I'm here. 1 minute. 1 minute.
All right, so finish eat rice and peas and chicken, Mr. Lover. Let me read a couple more. Do you have any information if Shamar Joseph is the first West Indies fast bowler and debut test to take 5 wicket with his first ball and take a 5 wicket in the same innings? So I know for sure that Fidel Edwards took a 5 in his first test. I don't remember if the first ball was a wicket, but I know that he took a 5 for maybe 30. Laura said it in the game, and I knew of it. I think it was 5 for 36 that Fidel Edwards got, but I don't think he took the wicket off his first delivery. All right, when I finish your dinner, Mr. Lover, you can let me know. I really think that the bowlers are pissed to be batting instead of saving their energy for bowling. Yeah, it's really tough when you're in the team as a specialist and you really have to, I mean, bowlers like to bat, don't get me wrong, but when you bowl out Australia for 280 odd, it's a lot of work that to bowl out Australia for under 300 is a lot of work. You understand? Sports at the Bone, do you think Mayers will be returning in the test team against England? Remember the last time Mayers was in England and was boss with the ball, destroying England with the ball. So in England, the ball moves around. Kyle Mayers get the ball to swing. What I want to know, if you're going to select Kyle Mayers, are you selecting him as a frontline bowler? Are you selecting him as a frontline bowler, or are you going to bring him in back as the all-rounder and drop Justin Greaves? Because we don't we what we're trying to run away from is the half and half cricketers, Obed is looking good in South Africa T20. Any chance of a comeback in T20 squad for? I haven't seen the games as yet, but I see where is ball. I see little clippings and highlights on Facebook. But this question was asked the last live show that I did, and I was saying that a bowler that is capable of taking wickets in the power play. You understand? They will always want is somebody that will always be is somebody that will always be is somebody that the selectors will always be looking at. I think Sir Ian is backstage to come and let us hear what's happening there. Hold on, let me see. Identify yourself, Sir Ian, in the comment section. Is that you? Hold on. I see Sir Ian name pop up, but I just want him to let me know in the comment section if that's him. Or Mr. Lover, you can go ahead if you're ready. Just type in the comment section if you are backstage, Sir Ian. I don't know if someone is using your name and trying to get in. Yes, Mr. Lover.
Good night, sports to the bone. Good night.
Yeah, man, greetings.
Sports to the bone family. Right now, I'm a bit flabbergasted with the batting performance. Honestly, I thought we could have made at least 300 runs if Tage and Craig had got settled in. But as soon as one out, that was it.
Yeah.
I must big up Kurt McKenzie and Shamar Joseph on the
Yeah.
batting. To me, I didn't even expect Kurt to make a 50, much less Shamar to make 30 something on debut. But that five that he took, I'm very impressed. As it goes for Joshua the Silva,
Yeah.
oh God. The first actual ball Azari put on a good line and length. Pitching it like around 5 or 6 meters, maybe 4 meters, 4 to 5 meters, and you go and drop that catch boss. That is what cost us the game. That's why we made so much runs.
I mean, I won't go as far as to say that cost us the game because, you know, I didn't have us beating them. I don't think that drop catch cost us the game. My problem is it was a comfortable catch, and it was a catch that should have been taken. I won't go as far as to say that that catch cost us the game. We were too badly beaten based on our batting, for me to say that catch cost us the game. Another thing that you said, I don't I wasn't thinking we would have scored 300 against them. Laura said it on the first day that we could be looking at 300, but I don't think Laura was even serious. I didn't think we were going to score so much, Well, I'm going to come back to you, Mr. Lover. Let's hear what Sir Ian has to say about the keeping situation, because Sir Ian and myself had a heated exchange earlier. Now, what say you, Sir Ian? I can run, Sir Ian, run for cover. I can't hear him. Read, the link is in the description below, man. Same place that I always put it.
So let me just go out on the limb here early and
Yeah.
say that I'm expecting at least 2 changes. I'm thinking of dropping, not really dropping from the team, but from this match coming up, I'm going to rest Shanda Paul and open with Mackenzie. Play Hodge at number 3. Atnez at 4, where they usually bat for regional for Windward Islands. Then I'm going to play the Silva at 5, Graves. Then St. Clair comes in. He's going to be replacing Shanda Paul, but as a lower order all-rounder. Then you have the bowlers. I'm still skeptical about playing Morty and Roach. One of them has to sit in case they want to play Jordan, but I don't really see Jordan getting in that easy ahead of the England test tour.
Mm. My, so you're batting that Silver at 5. Who is going to keep?
The Silva's going to keep,
Yeah,
but him at 5.
that is not too much workload.
No, I don't think so. He did it on the A-team tour, so it shows that he can do it and handle it.
I, I hear you. I hear you. I hear you, Mr. Lover.
Also, I was hearing somebody say something about bringing in McCaskey.
Yeah.
That is another viable option. He can open or he could bat at number 3.
Mm. All right. So that is how you're shifting things around.
Yep.
All right. All right, Mr. Lover. We'll soon come back to you. I hear you. Are you hearing me, Gio?
Yes, I am. Are you hearing me?
Yeah, man. I can hear your blessings.
Blessings, blessings, blessings. What's up, man? What's up, man? I was watching the game because I was in Japan. Because I'm in
Mm.
Japan now, so basically I'm in Australia time. Australia's two hours ahead of me, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, so I was watching the game and I was like, we finally bowled them out for whatever years, and I just think that I know what happened with the batsman, but I just think that Taylor and Sandoval, he just changed his approach. He just feels stuck, like he's in a rut right now. Like he
Mm.
just stuck. Like he can't rotate strike. He can't score runs. And every time he try to score, he just gets out. And
Mm.
then with that Silva, like I would criticize him because of that drop catch. And also like in my head, right, as a coach, right, if I see they set up a trap for you for a short ball, right, I'm
Yeah.
telling you, stop playing that shot. Just duck under the ball. I don't
Yeah.
care if it's your strong
And
suit.
it's not
Just duck under
T20
the ball.
cricket, so you don't have to go for it, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Just duck under the ball. Because like if you look at it, like I'm not saying that he would have made 100 or 50 or whatever,
Yeah.
but like none of the other type of bowling was threatening him at that
Da
point.
Silva looked comfortable.
Yes,
That is why I want Sir Ian to come on to understand. That is why we calling him out. He looked comfortable. You understand? Not saying he was going broke Lara record or anything, but as you said, he looked comfortable up to that point. You know?
yes, yes. And then the thing about playing the short ball, right? To me, like you play the short ball when it's shoulder height and below. Like he's reaching for the ball above his head.
Mm.
Like the ball, and then if he really wants to play that ball, why is he playing it that soft? Like look at Travis Head. Like when players like going for a short ball, you gotta hit it with more force. Because I
Mm.
guarantee if he had hit that second one with more force, he would have fly onto 6. That's what happened with Travis Head. Because like
Yeah.
short ball, you just gotta put more power on the shot. You can't just touch it. Because that's all you got out. You just touch it. Is either you're
Yeah.
gonna like pull it to the ground when
I
it's
think
shoulder height, and then
mm,
if it's above shoulder height, you pull it hard, so it just fly over for 6.
Exactly.
I think what caught Josh Da Silva the second one, I could see him doing it. He was, as I said, the ball was a bit out of his reach. What he was trying to do was trying to make sure that he was rolling his wrist to get the ball down. So I guess he was trying to do that so much that he didn't even try to put enough power in the ball, trying to get on top of it to play it down. So that, and because he was that high, he didn't get a chance to get on top to put enough power. So it didn't go for 6, and it didn't go, and it didn't get it down, so it just popped up for a catch. If you understand what I'm saying.
Yes, yes, yes. I think I think that's yeah. I think that's it. But the thing about playing a short ball in Australia too, right? It's not
Yeah.
like the West Indies where the ball barely goes above your shoulders. In Australia, the pitch bounces. So
Mm.
as a puller, like you gotta pull hard. You gotta you gotta play hard. You know what I mean? Like when they're pulling the
Yeah.
ball or it's cutting it, you gotta pull it hard. So that means they get a lot of power. Because a lot of time, like even in Australia, right? A lot of time when their batsmen score runs, when they're going, same thing when New Zealand and same thing when in South Africa, when they're swinging, they swing hard. Because if you play like, so for example, right, like especially with edges that slip, sometimes
Mm.
like either they play with soft hands or you flash at it real hard. Because if you just go medium, you're gonna go edge or slip. Because a lot of times, even the Azari Joseph shot, the reason why that went for 4 was because he went with brute force on it.
Yeah.
So you can't be in between, indecisive. That's what happened. Because that's what happened. The reason why like a lot of these players got out because they were like not decisive with their stroke. Is it they're gonna play it soft are you going to go real hard in Australia? Because it can't be no in between,
In
because you're going to
between.
get caught up.
All right, Gio. We're going to hear Sir Ian for a minute. I think he's back on. Are you hearing me now, Sir Ian?
Yes, yes.
All right. So,
I'm back on.
all right. So the
Good
question
evening.
is,
Happy New Year.
are you hearing me?
Yes.
Yeah. So the
Yes, my
question,
brother. You hear me?
yeah, man, I hearing you. Are we trying to use Da Silva as a scapegoat for the team? That is the question.
And I'll say yes. And explain why. My granddaughter
Mm.
just wake up making noise, but I'll try and talk about her.
Yeah, you're
All
good. You're
right.
good.
Ever since Joshua De Silva against England
Yeah.
made a century, everybody feel he must be the one to make the runs a batsman supposed to make. And so he
Mm.
always under pressure to perform. The reason why he playing
Mm.
like that is because the fellas and them not making the runs and he trying to push the game. He did nonsense, yes. They're setting him up for the hook like how they used to set up Sawan. I'm not
Mm.
saying no. But why should he be the issue? What happened to batsman number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? What happened to
No,
those batsmen that every minute is Joshua tail people behind? Why
nothing
does
happened.
Joshua have to
Nothing
be an
happened to
issue?
them. People are calling them out just the same.
Yeah, but Joshua have always been the issue before these. Ever since Joshua make those runs, I am
Mm.
telling you, anytime Joshua make a little less runs or something happen, or he drop one, Joshua. Okay,
So,
for instance, I am not saying when you talk about the distance behind the wicket, I am saying you are
mm.
part of the bandwagon. But let's be honest, if he take
Mm.
all those catches internationally, then
Yeah.
maybe he being that distance is what working for him.
No, but why?
Maybe if
What's
he
all
come
right? So
closer, he
why is
might
it that?
drop.
No, it's not only a Joshua the Silva thing, you know. I'm talking about the slip. And you understand cricket and know that the slip will take up position based on the keeper's information. I haven't heard anybody else saying that, so I don't know. This is my thing. The slip has put down a whole lot of catches or a lot of catches dropping short. So what is the issue there? He finished as the second highest in terms of dismissing people last year as a wicket keeper. But the amount of balls that drop short in the slip, why is that happening?
Right. Now, the first thing is this. A catch is only a catch if it come to you.
Yeah.
So maybe a dropping catches in other matches with other people, but we not noticing because we're watching West Indies. Let's start watching and see how many catches drop short for England and for Australia, and then compare it because
Mm,
I understand what you're saying as a person, but think about it, Desmond Haynes, all these people who know cricket
mm.
set up and they would have said this is the best way to organize the keeper and the slips, right?
No,
S-
but Desmond Haynes
This
not
guy
on the
here,
field when that is happening.
Dujaw. I saw Dujaw
Mm,
chipping ball and they're doing practice, right? So Jeffrey Dujaw was a keeper also. If
mm,
Jeffrey Dujaw is there as a keeper and they have all the set of input and they're still doing that, it must be because it's working for them. But when it drops
mm,
short, you may figure to yourself, or others may figure, hey, they need to make a step up. But maybe if they make a step up, they might even catch it because it may come a bit too hard. It is possible. But I'm saying with that kind of record, it have to be doing something right. Good.
mm.
But that wasn't my main point because I just mentioned that my main point with the Trini thing and with Joshua is that I
So
find that
yeah.
and I find that throughout the years, in fact, the last 3 years, Joshua was the problem. Joshua batting average is 26, right?
Mm,
Derek Murray was about 24 or 25. Willie Jacobs was about 26 too. No, the only time we had real batsmen, wicket keepers, people like that, we say maybe
Vision, yeah.
Dujon, who else, boy? We really never had
What let
great batsmen as wicketkeeper. You know, it's only Dujon. I can't remember, unless I think maybe Jackie Hendricks. Um, but our history with our keeper has always been somebody who could come and give you a little 20 runs.
mm.
Sometimes they will give you 50. You're lucky if they give you a century, but you
So
just want them to keep. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
let
my
me ask you
point.
a question. Yeah, I understand. Let me ask you a question. So is it a case of the fans expecting too much from Joshua De Silva in terms of his batting then?
I I personally think, and this is what I was telling you,
Mm.
that because he's a Trini, people don't have much patience with him. And I am
Oh.
telling you I'm not the only Trinidadian that think this, you know. I am the only one
You
that
don't have
say
to
it,
tell me that. I know that. I know that. I know that.
because we in Trinidad see that
Mm.
once it had a fellow called Anderson Cummings from Barbados. He was just
Mm.
an average bowler, and he didn't get picked to the West Indies, and the whole of Barbados boycott the West Indies. I don't know, you
Mm.
might be too young to remember that. I know because Anderson Cummings was my friend,
Yeah.
right? And
Mm.
they boycott, right? I see Lara get booed in Jamaica.
Mm.
So nobody can come and tell me that I paranoid.
So
Jamaicans boo Lara,
so
right?
what I'm asking now, could it be a case? Well, you say that it's not a case of people expecting too much from him. It's because of the Trinity thing. So,
They expecting too much because a Trinidadian had to be perfect to make the side. So any little
so
error you make, another, yeah.
it's not because people would have seen him batting before and knows that he has the ability. It's because he's from Trinity. He has to be perfect.
No, let me explain why. When
Mm.
Joshua made his century, do you know I was fighting some of the people on your station here because they
Mm.
complained that he was batting too slow? Do you know that?
I remember you telling them that let him bat.
And eventually, the same slow batting is what caused us to beat England.
Mm-hmm.
So, heads you lose with these people in Caribbean, tails you lose. No matter what you do, it have plenty insularity, and you could say
Mm-hmm.
what you want. Maybe you're one of the few, but I am telling you, those who listening and pretending they're so loving and all that, I
Uh,
know hate when I feel it. I know when people don't like Trinidadians. That's a fact. In fact, I speak to cricketers who tell me, I wouldn't tell you the names, who play for
yeah.
West Indies, who tell me that they know that they're hated by certain people.
I'm not going to tell you that you're paranoid, because I know that the Caribbean rivalry is real. I'm just wondering if it always boils down to that. So let me ask you now. So are we focusing too much on the batting side of things when it comes on to a wicket keeper?
Yes, and that is an overall problem we have
And so hold
because
on,
Joshua,
I have the second part of the question. Are we focusing too much on a wicket keepers from Trinidad, or we're focusing on their batting and wicket keepers batting overall from the Caribbean? Doesn't matter what country they
all
are from,
right.
or is it a case where the Trinidadian wicket keepers need to be perfect with the bat?
Well, what I have realized is this: from years, and I just speaking on behalf of
Mm,
many Trinidadians, just in order for peace, will not say it. That once you're
mm.
a trainee and you make your side, let me draw an example. We just come out of a Super 50, correct? You remember that?
Yeah, yeah.
What were the comments about the Super 50? Do you remember? You heard anybody congratulate Trinidad and Tobago for the victory? You heard anybody said it was a great series? Everybody said the wicket was bad. It was a horrible series. It was the worst we ever had. You heard any of those
People,
people who on now say anything good about that series? Yes or no?
people congratulate Trinidad and Tobago, man. People congratulate them because
Son,
people congratulate them, and this is what I'm going to use to show you that it's I understand the country rivalry thing, but this is what I'm going to show you. And if you look at it on the flip side, you can almost say the Caribbean swung half and half with the Bravo situation. And I did quite a few videos, and I'm yet to see one Trinidadian type in and said, look, we're getting support from people outside of Trinidad saying that Bravo should be in the team. And not
and you know
one
why?
person I don't see say that.
And you know why?
It goes both ways.
Because let me tell you why. Right?
Mm.
Because yes, you had one half saying that, and the other half belittled him, saying he too old, he's a waste, it's time to get past him. So that cancel off the half that was saying okay, that is okay. But I mean, you think about it. I mean, look, okay, take for instance, Bravo.
Mm.
We win, we Trinidad win the Super 50, and only one player we could get to go Australia. Now they asked Bravo after the Mama Guy Bravo. They asked him, right? Let me ask you something. Hello, Akil
Yeah.
Hussein was dropped. You know, Akil Hussein was dropped from the 50 over side. Could you tell me why?
I can't tell you why, no, Sir Ian, because I have said it
He's a
several times that
Trinidadian.
Hussein, and
A
you hear me
Trinidad.
say it several times that Hussein is my frontline white boss spinner. You hear me say it a
And
million times.
okay, so
I would be
I'm a
able to tell that.
Trinidadian. I'm a Trinidadian. I seen my players being dropped for no reason. They don't break Bravo. They drop Akil Hussein. What I supposed to think? We love everybody in the Caribbean is love?
You have a point. I hear you. I hear you. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. Sometimes we see some strange stuff. And in all honesty, before we move on back to the test, in all honesty, the selectors are not making it any better for themselves because they're contradicting a lot of what they're doing with selecting people from their own country that not performing. You understand? So I can understand people feeling that certain kind of way because it's clear.
Right.
It's clear. And we understand. We understand.
And so what I'm saying is,
Yeah,
we getting licks. What I'm saying is, right? So I'm watching this team here. You have
yeah.
one Trinidadian in it. And if that feels
Mm,
that reflects the best of the West Indies, I don't mind. But I personally don't feel so. I feel Bravo was supposed to be there, but because of what happened to Bravo before, he decided to
yeah.
step back. Right? But why
Mm,
should that have happened to Bravo? I mean, why should that have happened to him? Right? Where were the voices, and I'm not talking about voices of the other nations? Where was the strong voice of the Jamaican board of cricket? And the
mm.
Guyanese board of cricket
No, man.
coming down on West Indies
Those
over the
guys, those
Bravo?
guys don't even talk about Jamaican cricket, man. But we
Right,
see representatives coming on Sportsmax from different places, man, and talking about it. We see people coming on the line and length. What's the podcast called that's done by Andrew Mason? We see people coming on and giving their opinion, man. People that are big stakeholders in cricket. You understand? We see people coming on Sportsmax, people coming on the Andrew Mason program, and giving their opinion, and they are not from Trinidad, saying that it was definitely the wrong move. You understand? They weren't blocking road or anything. Mason and Guest, they weren't blocking road or anything, but we saw people coming on and saying that it wasn't the right move. And
right. But
some
I
will
would like
even
to
say
say
that
before,
it depends on who is in power, because some people will rewind and say a few years ago West Indies T20 team had 8 Trinidadians in the team and no one was complaining. We wouldn't complain because at that time those 8 guys could easily make the team. So I can understand you saying that if is the best is out there, then you have no problem. But you don't think so, and quite a few people don't think so either. You understand? So
right. And
yeah,
and
so
well, in closing, what I would say is that I hear what you say, and I am saying I'm not saying that they don't have people out there who are not biased and so on, and
yeah.
would like the best team to be out there. I'm not saying that. I suspect there are few people well. But I
Mm,
know the position I take, and I have spoken. You see, I understand. I live Trinidad, I have spoken to cricketers who personally tell me
yeah.
that they feel it. They feel the what is the insularity, and they feel that the
Uh,
pressure that they have to do all kind of thing. And from the time they make a little mistake, is let me bust the truth.
but
Let me bust a trendy truth.
but
I am just
but
telling you what I know. But let me put it this way: everybody entitled to their own thing. I'm not
no,
vexed with
I
anybody. With
hear
you.
in a certain, yeah, and most people will understand because even the man that is leading up the process, the selecting process, he got a bit of it back in his day, He got a bit of that back in his day. And what you're saying as it relates to players not being liked and thing like that, I have heard the stories. I have heard the stories. I have said it on here before. My background, where I went to school, so I have heard it. I have been around people that worked with West Indies team, whether it's coach or manage a team, and we hear things. But I hear you. Are you still on? Going into the last game here now. What are your thoughts? You think we can pull it off? Oh, I think he fell off. Yes, Mr. Lover, you still there?
Yeah, still here.
Yeah. Boy, Sir Ian there giving us some good cricket knowledge as usual. So you say you're changing up the team going into the final game.
Yes.
Um the situation that we have with the opening bowlers, who you going to make open the bowling?
Joseph is.
The two Josephs.
Yep.
All right, good. So are you on the train of dropping Roach? I see somebody named Mike Rose trying to come on, but you have to identify yourself in the comment section so I can know exactly who it is because you know the thing though. Yes, Sir Ian is there. So yes, Mr. Lover, so you keep it. I don't remember if in a plane 11 you said that you're keeping Roach.
I said it's either going to be between Roach or Jordan, but I rather wait until Jordan gets to England to play him.
Okay. All right, Mr. Lover, I hear you. Yes, Sir Ian, I think you're back on.
Yes,
What
I'm
are, what
muted.
are your
But
thoughts? Yeah.
my thoughts on the test match is this.
Mm-hmm.
I find that we kind of unfortunate. Let me explain why. We have Braffett, who normally have a high average. Yes, he bats slow, but he has a high average, correct?
Yeah.
His average is about what? 50, 48, 50 something.
Who?
Braffett, the opener, his
No
average.
man, Brathwaite average drop gone down tonight. I don't want to give the wrong information, but I'm almost sure Brathwaite average gone at 36. But
All right.
continue, I can check it in the meantime.
So he was Mr. Dependable. Then we
Yeah.
had this young Chanda Paul guy who we felt could, I mean, I called for him to get picked because
Yeah.
I felt he had what it take, even though he used to bat a little slowish.
Mm-hmm.
I felt he had what it took still to give us a good opening with Braffett, right?
Yeah.
And both of them look like they're out of form at the same time, which is so unfortunate.
Yeah.
So this is my thoughts because we not we I mean those are two. We have about before this match about 7 or 6 uncapped players, right?
Yeah. 7. Mm-hmm. In
Those
this.
two were cap players. These are the men at the start supposed to really give you a good little start. A little 50 runs, a little 60
Yeah.
at least before the first. We ain't asking for a century, but a little 60 runs before the first wicket, some kind of thing, right? And
Mm-hmm.
we ain't get at them both matches, both of them fail.
Yeah.
And then Athens now, I don't know if they study Athens, because I know Athens is a very good batsman.
Mm-hmm.
But you see that ball that he get out flicking down by his waist,
Mm-hmm.
a kind of high ball. It's not the first time I see he get a head so
Yeah.
going across his body. I think the Australians did the homework on Athens and they watch him.
And see that he's vulnerable to that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but he have to come good this next match because he's where our hope is. Athens, Hodge, all these guys is where our hope in the future is. I don't expect them to make a century, but oh God, give me a little 30 runs, give me something, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is why too. When I saw what Judge did, I was disappointed because he's a senior player, so I expect him
Yeah.
to do better. But sometimes in life, boy, when you see your front field, so you're under pressure, you're trying to get the runs going. You
Mm-hmm.
because remember he used to bat slower and he trying to pick up the pace. But I'm not making an excuse in the sense that he should have done better.
Mm-hmm.
But all of them I find, and this is the whole thing. Australia good, yes, I'm not saying no, but I
Yeah,
think
but
they,
the way how we get out, man, is the way the team is
yeah,
better than us by far, but is the way how some of the traps are obvious and we still fall in them.
yeah, I don't think. All right, I'm not saying we would have win the match, but I feel we could have give a much better fight with the bat.
Yeah.
But let me see. The next match, we it had. I mean, it had a time I thought we would have. Okay, we bowled them out for under 300, and that in
Mm,
itself is an accomplishment,
exactly.
right? That's an accomplishment. But my whole thing is that I just find our batting was horrible. Our
Hmm.
batting just failed, and I don't understand how Braffett and Chandapol could fail at the same time. I find
Yeah.
that real bad lucky then. Let me put it that way.
Yeah.
Because them fellas have the technical skill to face to bat the balls. It's not to say they don't
Mm.
have the acumen. They have the ability to play those type of balls. I don't know. It will be harder in this next place because the ball will swing more because it will be a ping ball.
Yeah, it's going to be a day and night test.
It will be a ping ball. So we hope for the best. But that's what I'll say so far because I know other people want to say the same.
Yeah. All right, sir. Yeah. I'm going to give Mike and Gio another talk, and then we're going to skedaddle out of town. And Mr. Lover, if he wants to get another go. Yes, Mike, you have been waiting for a little while now. What say you?
Yeah, man. Like I've been waiting for a while. Like I haven't been on the show for like a good, like probably over a year now.
Yeah, I wasn't sure of the name, because they're using a different name in the comment section. But yeah, what say you?
Yeah. So I heard Sir Ian was speaking a while ago on like the next test with
Hmm.
the pink ball.
Yeah.
Um, but I do think that you know it's a possible that we're gonna see like a new low from West Indies with the batting in the pink ball test.
Hmm.
Um, but I think that Brathwaite and Tage should remain at the top.
Yeah.
What I would do, Kurt McKenzie showed some fight in the first test. I would definitely leave him at the number 3 spot.
Hmm.
But in my looks here, I would actually move Athenius from number 4,
Yeah.
and I would put in Da Silva at number 4.
Oh my God. So it's going to keep.
Da
How is
Silva.
going? So how is going to manage so much work?
No, Da Silva. I think Da Silva can manage it. And the reason, let me tell you the reason why I would put Da Silva at number 4. Because Da Silva, as you were trying to allude to Sir
Mm.
Ian, that Da Silva is a good batsman, right?
Yeah.
But I think that what the coaches need to work on, I think somebody else was saying it too, that he needs to start to leave those balls.
Yeah.
Now, and we've been saying it for years now. We've been saying it for years that West Indies on a whole, if they learn to leave the balls them, they will grow as a batting unit. If they
Yeah.
learn how to leave. Athanaze was doing that in the first innings, but him just leave a good
No,
ball.
man,
He
that,
can't do
the
that.
ball, but the ball no swing any at all. The
Right.
only
He just
the only excuse I can give for him is he thought that the pitch was bouncing more and it would have bounced over. That ball pitched in line with the half stump, so he's more probably thought he would have bounced higher over because that pitched in line. It didn't swing. It was a ball that pitched in line with the half stump. So probably he thought that it would have gone over the wicket.
Yeah, but I mean, like he was batted on the pitch. He knows that it wasn't really bouncing like that
Yeah, that's
when
why
when
it
he
was
pitches
strange
high.
because the ball didn't swing. So that's why it's strange.
So yeah, so I think that like
Mm.
Da Silva should be at number 4 because going back to Hetmyer, Hetmyer, well, I think, and people may be controversial over this. I
Mm.
think Hetmyer is a way better batsman than Athens, and he came in West Indies batting at number 5 or number 6, I think, in Test.
Mm.
So put Athens at number 5. You
Yeah.
put in Greaves because I think Greaves is way better than Hodge
Mm.
right now, and
Really?
then yeah, I think Greaves is better than Hodge.
Mm.
And to how like to what I've been looking at, to how I see Greaves bat, yeah,
Yeah.
Greaves is better than Hodge right now. And yeah, so then you have like the rest of the guys. They have like the Moti. I'll give Moti his run. I
Mm.
don't know. I don't know if I want to give him a run in a pink ball test. but I would go with him, and then the rest of the players then. But I think if West Indies, if they make bold moves,
Yeah.
they can at least like show something in Australia. But if they don't, I mean, it's going to be a bad showing with that swinging ball.
All right, man. Good analysis there. I'm just I'm just a little bit stunned about the Da
So,
Silva at number 4. You know.
so let's let's say West Indies do decide to play the Silva at number 4. I don't think they will play Tesna and Shanapal in that match.
Mm.
They will probably go with Mackenzie opening and McCarthy come at 3, and then the Silva, and then it goes on from there.
No, you see the one thing. Okay, this is one thing that I always say. If when you look at when I look at West Indies had a good batting over the last few years.
Mm.
West Indies bat slow and like bat over 100 overs, like 100 overs are 110, 150, 120 overs, right? I always said, and I do this and I said this on the comment many times. I'm even repeating myself, but I'm saying I rather West Indies make 350 in a day and a half than make 200 in 2 sessions. Because when West Indies make 350 in a day and a half, if West Indies made 350 in a day and a half in this first test, West Indies would have won this first test. Right? Not just say it, not even say if
Yeah.
West Indies just made that. If West Indies batted a day and a half, West Indies would have won the first test. Right? Because you have all these, you have Australian bowlers. Yeah, they're very strong bowlers. But the only person there that would be actually like bowling through would be Nathan Lyon, and the other rest of the man them would be tired, right? Then you put them in, and you have Shamar Joseph bowling like that. I think it would have been like a shock to the Australians, and West Indies could have like capitalized on that. So it might be mental to some of you. I see it in the comments, but
Yeah.
I don't think it is. I think West Indies would have won that test if they batted long enough.
Yeah, batting is the problem. Batting,
And
since
that,
you pull out Australia for under 300, that is some good work. All
and I'm
right, we're
glad you
going to hear,
mentioned.
after
Wait.
Mr. Lover here, we're going to hear Gio, and then we're going to close it off for the night. Yes, Mr. Lover.
So, one thing I said before the test match and test series started, right? Is if
Mm.
each batsman in our top 6 can face 100 balls and score between 40 and 70 runs, that would have been good for us. If you look at what Mackenzie did in the first innings, he practically faced 94, 98 balls, right? And he scored 50. Just imagine if Tage, Brathwaite, Atkins, and him had done that same thing.
Yeah, that is it. That is the thing in Test cricket, though. That is how they try to balance out Test cricket. Yeah, you will have 2 or 3 guys that their strike rate will be probably 70, 80, and then you're going to have some that is extremely low.
Exactly.
So that's why you
Right?
have Mackenzie, as you said, and Alec Arthur. Is if you look at Australians, that's why you have Travis Head in the team, and you have somebody like a Mitchell Marsh and a Green when he's on form, because they're going to compensate for what Steve Smith, Lamashane, and Usman Khawaja are doing. You know, I
Exactly.
understand what you're saying, that you need all the guys to score faster, but in Test cricket, you're always going to have it like that.
Exactly. And in closing, if you look at what Travis Head did, right? When he
Mm.
was at 70 runs, he was like 90 something, 100 balls, thereabout. And then he
Mm.
went on and just start going bizarre. So that can tell you that West Indies bowlers did good because Travis Head is the only bowler that actually faced at least 80 balls or more.
Mm. All
Thank you
right.
guys. Have a good night.
All right, Mr. Lover. Blessings. Thanks again. Yes, Gio, you have the pleasure of giving us our final say here.
Thank you. Are you hear me?
Yeah, man, I can hear
Yeah. Well, well, the thing about it, right? The thing about Australia, right?
you.
Um, uh, unless you're a technically great batsman, there's no point in batting slow. You're gonna get out eventually, because
Yeah.
like if you look at what Pakistan did, our teams try to do when they go to Australia. Look, They bat 100 overs. They didn't even make 300 runs. So the point about Australia is, no matter how, like, you gotta, the only way you can really bat slow is if you're really technically good. So you have to score at least 3 runs and over. This 2 runs, 2.5 runs are over in Australia, you're gonna get out eventually, right? And the thing about West Indies, right? I don't know if the guys don't have the ability, but they're like, I just don't like, they get balls to put away and they don't put away the balls. So like Kirk did well in his innings, right?
Yeah.
When he got the good balls, he put it away, right? The bad balls, he put it away and he defend the rest of it, right? You can't just block in Australia. You're going to get out eventually because Pakistan. Because I'm pretty sure we all saw the test where Pakistan was cruising, and they were not making any runs. And guess what? The ball just starts swinging and moving, and Cummins just boom, the game is over, right? So you got to pay with some, you know what I mean, some effort, right? I'm not saying just try like
we
sixes, right?
we definitely understand. As someone is saying here, back to basic, rotate the strike, but they're not comfortable and confident enough to play the ball. So, you know, to actually push out the ball, get in line with the ball and push the ball in the gap to rotate the strike. So that's the problem.
Yes, because like somebody said, because the gentleman earlier, Adam Nash, he was saying that about 110 over score, like whatever. It's like, do you really want to face Mitchell Stark and Pat Cummins and Josh Elwood for 6 deliveries straight? No, they're gonna set you up. So you constantly gotta rotate strike.
Exactly.
And you know what I mean? Like, say, guess what? Even if you get 2 or 3 runs and over, that's fine because you're not facing the same one over and over and over and over and over. Because remember, Josh Edgewood, you put the ball in the same place.
That man
They
put the ball on a penny and is not moving it.
Yes, so eventually one is gonna deviate.
Yeah.
One's gonna deviate and hit you, right? But guess what? If you're a different batsman, face them every time. Guess what? He's gonna have to try set you up differently, right? And also the only change I would make is maybe Sinclair for Moti because of the left-handers. I would need an off break. So that's about it, right? Because Moti, if you're not taking wickets, you gotta at least score some runs. And Sinclair is a better batsman, so you gotta like choose, right? So you know what I mean? Because like I don't know if somebody had said this, right? Because imagine, right? Because what happened is eventually, guess what happened? Sinclair is gonna be constant in these squads, and don't get a game, and then he's gonna be like Brandon King or Shea Hope. When he get the call up, he's gonna be like, "No, I'm playing franchise cricket because have me in the loop for over a year, ain't giving me no game time." Because remember, he was supposed to make his debut against India, and he never got a chance, right? So eventually, he's gonna be lost in the system. That's all I'm gonna say. That's the only changes I would make. And other than that, Brathwaite and Tage, I just need 50-run partnership. That's it.
All right, Jay.
All right.
All right. All right. Straight on to the point as usual. Thank you, Jay. Thank you. All right. So we have come to the end of tonight's little bit of chatting. I definitely appreciate you guys as usual coming out. All those who were able to come on, all those who were in the comment section supporting as per usual. Thank you guys. Tonight we had who? Gio, Sir Ian, we had Mike Ross, we had Mr. Lover, and who else? I think that's about it. Yeah, Mike Rose, Ian, Gio, Mr. Lover. Who else did we have? Did we have anybody else? Gio, I think that was it. And then everybody in the comment section giving us some support. Thank you all, my people. We're going to leave it right here for this live show. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of the night. And if you are on here and you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Help the thing to grow. Blessings, everybody, and stay safe.
Bless up.